So I was born in France. I was born just about 30 minutes south of Paris. That's where I grew up. I lived there until I was 17 and went to college in the UK, lived in Spain for a little while, and eventually moved to the US for a job. I had never actually heard of Oregon, which I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, and I went to Burning Man in 2009, and at Burning Man I met a bunch of folks from Portland and Bend, and that really put Oregon on the map for me. And eventually in 2013 I visited Portland, and honestly just a couple hours after being in Portland I realized really quickly that Portland was the top of the stack, and that's where I wanted to live. Since most of my family of origin is still in Europe, every other year or so I'd fly to London, visit my sister, and then fly down to Paris, visit my parents. And then I'll pick another destination that is somewhere that I haven't been. Recently I went to Portugal. Portugal is a very small country with really deep culture and incredible food. I've also gone to some more exotic places. I went to Thailand for a month. In part, it was wrapped around a jiu-jitsu training camp. The training camp was a week, but I decided to stay there for a longer chunk of time to really get to experience the country. In 2016, I realized that I wanted to buy a house. So I decided to buy a converted school bus, and I ended up living on that school bus for 4.5 years. And then after I bought my house, I moved my school bus onto my property, and I lived in it for another 2.5 years while I was renting the rooms at my house to some friends. Je m'appelle Gavynn Wells, je suis un agent immobilier à Portland, dans l'Oregon, et je travaille avec Living Room Realty.